If you're watching the replay, you could always support the channel by sending a super thanks. That's right, a super thanks. That's the heart shape with the $sign in it right below the video. Let's go.
What you want me to prove? Spacey got this sauce on. Spacey got this sauce on.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, No Cap-tivity, man. He's a good dude, man.
Shit, what you want me to prove? Spacey got this sauce on. Spacey got this sauce on.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, No Captivity, man. He's a good dude, man.
Shit, what you want me to prove? Spacey got the sauce on. Spacey got the sauce on.
Just over a minute before showtime. Shout out to the No Cal crew in the building. How y'all doing on this Saturday night? Got special guests coming. Y'all grab your seat. Shout out to everybody in the building already. I appreciate y'all.
Shit, what you want me to prove? Spacey got the sauce on.
Sometimes in our life,
You got time to sing on it. You sing.
we all have pain.
So man, you gonna sing?
We all have sorrow. Then I look at Wayne and I know that he will be ugly tomorrow. Lean on me when you're my cousin and I'll be your friend. I help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need my cousin to care.
No captivity. Freezy.
What up? You are officially locked into No Captivity with Freezy, where we tackle issues that sometimes have us trapped in this thing that we call life. But if you know me, you know my motto. To free yourself, you must heal yourself. And if you rock with your dog, please hit that like and subscribe button hard right now. And also comment and share this video. That is if you rock with your boy Freezy.
No captivity.
Let me bring my sister up here. How you doing, MJ?
I'm chilling, Freezy. How are you?
Man, I'm telling you, I started not to go live because the fight is on tonight.
What fight?
Terrence Crawford and Canelo is supposed to be a really, really big. You're not a boxing fan, are you?
Only certain boxes.
Oh.
I think
you
it's what is it? 2027 is supposed to be Mayweather versus Tyson. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, okay. Well, Terrence Crawford is a huge fighter now. I think he's like, what is he? I think he's middleweight now, or something like that. And Canelo, middleweight, but yeah. But it's supposed to be a big fight, and a lot of the Hispanics, they want Canelo to win because he's Hispanic, and Terrence Crawford is black. So,
You rocking with
that's how they play into it.
Black one.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone that's black.
yeah, exactly. But we're gonna have a good show tonight. There was a video just surfaced of Draya Michelle, and I actually just want to do a quick live. Draya Michelle and Jalen Green. They've been talking, right? They've been like an item or whatnot. And then, the big hoopla was he's old. I mean, she's older than him. She's much older than him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any qualms with their relationship? I mean, I think she's in her 40s and he's still in his early 20s. Do you have any issues with their relationship?
Not necessarily. I would say more so about, I guess it's more about her history per se, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her history online and the people that she has been with. And then when she did get with said individual, it could be perceived that, she kind of took advantage of him. But at the end of the day, there is a lot of younger men now trying to date women in their 40s and so.
Oh, yeah. Why you think so?
Well, it's because if the women that's in their age rank is dating men who are more established, and normally that comes with age, they don't have that pool that's within their age rank. So now they're looking for other qualities and things about a woman. And especially if a woman is in her 40s and she keeps up, herself well, not as how a 20-year-old will look, but she still keeps up with herself, then I feel that they feel things to some benefit still.
That's why you stay in the gym?
Well, I stay in the gym because it's part of my job.
So you can get you a young buck, huh?
I have to beat them up with the stick, honestly. So yeah.
Hey, I believe it, man. I think when boys are younger, their hormones are like flying all over the place, and young boys watch a lot of porn.
Mm.
And I believe this is gonna sound crazy, but I just believe that they watch a lot of older women. And they fantasize. I believe that young boys fantasize about older women. You know, like their teachers and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, that it has been said, like you remember back in the 80s, they had that movie, what was it called? The Substitute or The Principal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all about this teenage boy hooking up with his teacher. So they have always been talking about,
Yeah.
the boy losing his virginity and becoming a man and having a well experienced woman to do that for them.
It's like taboo, you know. Like I don't even think that if a young boy, depending on how young he is, like let's say if he's like 13, 14, and an older woman has sex with him, let's just say an older woman in her, like, let's say 30 years old, 28 years old, or something like that, whatever, an older woman, I don't think most young boys would look at it as abuse. Most young boys would actually like think that they really did something. Like they would brag about it.
I agree. And it's also because there's a conditioning too that I'm not going to say every man in the black community, but a lot of times in the black community is not looked as abuse when a older woman or a more experienced woman, takes the virginity of a younger man. They kind of look at it as a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Right? And they'll pat them on the back and stuff. Like I even have heard people have said that they took their baby boys, their infant sons, and let some gross, disgusting female
Give
suck
them
on their little
fellatio.
pinky. Yeah, give them fellatio just to quote unquote confirm that this person is going to like women and not men when they get older.
I think Lil Boosie did that, didn't he? Lil Boosie.
I think he did too. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's sick.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you something. The level of homophobia that will cause you to do something like, see, that's when it becomes very dysfunctional and toxic. Like, now I don't believe that older women should be having sex with young boys. But am I a creep for saying I'm guilty of feeling like an older man having sex with a young girl is worse? Now I know to be politically correct, I should be saying it's the same, but I do think it's worse when an older man has sex with it. Like let's say like no matter what, older man, I'm gonna just say older man because I don't want to put an age on it. An older man having sex with like a young girl who has not
fully developed.
Yeah, fully developed. I to me, I think that's worse. But versus older woman having sex with a young man. Now, with that being said, I could see how it could damage a young man too, you know.
Mhm.
But the act of sex, I'm thinking about the act of sex. Women, and we know y'all be on y'all gorilla shit, but women are receiving it. Men, males are giving it. So to me, it's just different. It's different. Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, I understand your point. The mentality, and like you just said, the mentality of men is complete when it comes down to sex is completely different than it is with women. When women have sex, they believe that they're sharing something with another individual, whereas men believe that they are giving sex to the woman. And that's where that whole deflowering type of talk comes with having the act of sex. But
Right.
I would truly believe that if it's both people, if it's an older person having sex with a young person, to me is still wrong, it's still bad. Too young, like knowing that there's still stages that this person has to go to, knowing that they're just doing it because it feels cool now, is in the now and stuff like that. And I do still believe that it still has a psychological damage on a younger male if he's having sex with an experienced
Yep.
woman, and how he views relationships going forward.
Yep.
Maybe the way how he views women can be disrupted as well too. So I would say that it definitely will happen on both sides.
Maybe the way how he views women. Could you hold that? I want you to hold that thought while I do a roll call, because
Yeah, no problem.
that's it. The way he views women, I think that's a whole nother conversation.
No Cap-tivity.
Shout out to the No Cap crew in the building. Do a quick roll call. Shout out to Peaches De Leon in the building. What's going on, Peaches? Emperor Kojak 313 the Great is in the building. PJ, salute, bro. Good to see you in Bible study today. Always shout out to J Dub. What's up, J Dub? Miss Bella in the building. Jeff Short. Thank you for being here, Jeff. Please, Jeff, make sure you hit that notification bell, Jeff. Thank you for being here, bro. You're looking sharp in that suit. Shout out to Jeff. Also, shout out to Coach Ferg. What's up, Coach Ferg? He say, Sister MJ, are you going to hold all the beauty to yourself for the rest of your life? It will be a waste for sure. What you got to say?
The
to that,
answer
MJ?
is yes. Yes.
Shout out to True Bleed. What's going on, True Bleed? In the building. Rob Dub. He say, salute, No Cap fam. What's good? What's good? What's good? Who else is it? Oh, that's it. That's it. Oh, also, make sure you guys share the live stream. I'm not even gonna say, put a 1 in the chat this time, because
Hit the
we do have
thumbs
time.
up.
Yeah, thank you. Put the 1s in the chat if you're gonna share the live stream. We're on time constraints tonight. So we're gonna zoom. We're gonna zoom, and cover this content. Shout out to everybody that's willing to be a part of the No Cap campaign. I appreciate you. The share button is right below the video, right next to the like and the dislike button. Shout out to everybody that actually hit the like button so far. 20 people hit the like button so far. I really appreciate you. It's a blessing. Thank you. I really do. Also, to support this live stream and to support stories of this magnitude, especially if you would like your voices to be heard from the chat, you could. There's 3 ways you could do it. You can either leave a super cap, aka super chat. That's the rectangle box with the $sign in the middle of it, right down there where you type your chat set, or you can leave a cash cap to $, not $Freezy no cap. That's $Freezy no cap. Thank you, sis. And also the PayPal is No Cap-tivity with Freeze. No Cap-tivity with Freeze without the Y. I'll leave it up there. Shout out to Madrell. Madrell, what's going on, bro? Where you been at, Madrell? You got to stop going on these these secret missions and stuff, man. Take that black paint off of your face and just come back to civilization, bro. Golly. Shout out to Rush Enterprise Starks. He says, salute. What's going on, Rush? I appreciate it. Shout out to the general, man, the No Cap General Emperor. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Madrell say, it's fight night. Why are you live now? Man, leave me alone, Drilly. Golly. I can go live. It's still early. The fight ain't gonna start till 12 o'clock, so we good. It's gonna be a quick live anyway. Also, to become a sponsor of tonight's show, it's very easy. It's only $20 or more. $20 or more, and you will be the sponsor of tonight's show. And whoever will be the initial sponsor of tonight's show, your name will appear on the sponsorship board that's flashing below. Who will it be? Who will be the initial sponsor of tonight's show? Whoever it will be, I really appreciate you, and thank you very much.
No Cap-tivity.
Yeah, back to what you were saying, MJ. How do you think a young man having sex with an older woman can alter him or change his attitude towards women as he grows older? What? Just take a stab at it. Because I know you're not a young. I know you've never been a young boy that been taken advantage
Right.
of.
I've never been a young boy, but I will definitely say that it can change how he views women sexually. He
Mm-hmm.
can also change how he views women as whether if it comes down to intimacy or if it's just, just a sexual kind of relationship. So some people will believe that, oh, getting with an older woman, now you know how a woman body feels, you know what you need
Yeah.
to do to arouse a woman. It will make you better in bed. It'll up your proudness or something like that. You'll be more of a Casanova.
Mm.
You will know how to treat women, or what women responds to, right, in a positive type of way, right. It will also stop you from being insecure about women. It will also stop you from having a fear of rejection. These are the positive swings that people would say when it talks about a young man being with an older woman. However, there is also can be a negative, right? Because also with the older women, there's more wisdom, there's more game, there can be more sense of manipulation. It can put him in a situation where he feels that he doesn't know how to say no, that the only way that he's going to get a positive response to a woman is by doing whatever that she says, to
Mm-hmm.
do. And he will actually kind of lose his voice. It could in a way emasculate him at some point. He can look poorly at sexual or intimacy relationships with women. He might think that everything has to be between the sheets and nothing else. There's so many other things I can list that can be negative as well with dealing with a older woman who's very far in age, because like I want to express that we're not talking about maybe a 5,
Mm-hmm.
or I would say the tops 10-year difference. I'm talking about beyond that, right? There are things that can happen that can warp his understanding and his actual experience. And then we have to also think about it too. He might not know how to experience women his age. He will lose that experience as well, how to dabble with a woman his age, and the growing process of them learning each other and being a new person when they reach a certain mental level. He might not know how to deal with that either. So that's what I would think.
Well, damn.
No captivity.
Can these young? You need to do a class. For young boys. I'm just saying. A part of that, what I heard though, what I heard was that it could be a positive experience. Are you saying that with the right older woman, with an underage boy, technically, it could possibly be a positive experience?
It could, but it depends, right? It depends on that woman. And we all know that not all women are the same, and not all women have good intentions. There's just as bad men can have bad intentions for why they want to deal with a younger woman. It's the same thing on the other side. So it really does depend on the woman really. However, I think most people reason why they frown upon it is
Mm-hmm.
because of the molding that is going to happen when you're dealing with someone who has more experience and is more wiser and more knowledgeable of things than you do. You tend to take on those people's mindset or perspective, or how they move and how they do things. So
Mm-hmm.
when are you actually allowing your time or yourself to breathe and to actually grow into your own ideologies? You really can't when you're positioning yourself that you have to, I guess, be what's the word? Compromising, or do what you need to do to be in that relationship. You're not really growing your own thought process and really understanding how you feel about intimacy and what makes you tick and what makes you twerk and stuff like that. You're removing that experience
Right.
for yourself.
And I appreciate that. That was very enlightening. And I'm pretty sure you open a lot of people's eyes to those dynamics. Shout out to Rob Dub for the 1 gifted membership. I appreciate you, bro. Journey Shift is the lucky recipient of the VIP pass. Make sure you try to maintain your VIP pass every month, Journey Shift. Thank you. I appreciate you. Welcome to the VIP crew. I appreciate you. Also, shout out to Miss Jalen in the building. Miss Jalen said, she said, hi, Freezy and MJ. Shout out to Miss Jalen,
No
man.
Cap-tivity.
Miss Jalen is a part of the conversations with MJ crew too. You know, she's primarily, and I must say, Miss Jalen is pretty solid, ain't she, MJ?
She's solid as a rock. That's my manager.
Shout out to Miss Jalen. She don't play.
Don't play.
So, are you ready to react to some videos?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Let me set up this screen so we can both be in the same place at the same time. Here we go. Where we at? Which one do I want to do? Okay, I can do this one here. Let me put your name tag up here too. There we go. Okay. So let me see. Let me set it up. We're gonna probably react to like 3 videos, MJ.
Okay.
You okay with that, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. That's cool. Here we go. Before we do that, let's recognize Miss Jalen.
Super chat.
Shout out to you, Miss Jalen. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Jalen, for the $20 super sticker. I really appreciate it so much.
No Cap-tivity.
Miss Jalen, you are the initial and official sponsor so far of tonight's show. We're going to make sure we put you on the sponsorship board. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and do that right now. Shout out to you, Miss Jalen. I appreciate you, man. Go ahead and do that right now. Miss Jalen. There we go. Shout out to you, Miss Jalen. You are on the sponsorship board scrolling below. Thank you. And shout out to everybody that has contributed to tonight's show so far. Shout out to you, Rob Dub. Shout out to Miss Jalen. To be a co-sponsor or official sponsor of tonight's show, it's only $20 or more thanks to Miss Jalen. Thank you, Miss Jalen, once again.
Yes, thank you.
Here we go. So the first video I want to react to is Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg just did an interview with ET, and she says, well, I'm gonna just let you hear what she said. Here we go.
Okay.
Slowing down, just enjoying this. Do you ever think about slowing down, just enjoying this?
Yeah, but who can afford to do that? Who can afford to start? You know, if you don't marry well, you got to keep working.
I feel like you might be one of the people that could afford it by now.
No, not by now.
Do you ever think about slowing down, just enjoying this?
Yeah, but who can afford to do that? Who can afford to start? You know, if you don't marry well, you got to keep working.
Because see Whoopi go.
So Whoopi said if you don't marry well, you got to keep working. Do you believe that?
Yes.
What does it mean if you don't marry well? What does that mean?
Meaning, if you don't marry someone who doesn't have drive and who is incompetent and has nothing but excuses, you're going to have to work and cover what that person falls short at.
So it doesn't mean strictly financial.
No, it doesn't. It's more about carrying part of your partner's load. Now, we know that when you marry, there's going to be times where you're going to fall short and he's going to fall short. And that's when y'all supposed to be able to, hold each other down.
Yeah.
But if you're not marrying well, when it comes down to mentally, emotionally, and financially, you're going to be taking on more, and it's going to be something consistent. It's not going to be a one-time thing or once in a blue thing. This is going to actually be the dynamic of your marriage.
Let's see what why isn't it changing? Okay, let's see what Monique had to say, because you know her and Whoopi, I don't think they've been getting along in the past couple of years. Let's see what Whoopi had to say about what.
So you think it was a slight?
I don't know. Let's see what Monique had to say.
Goldberg told me the salary she makes from The View, and that hurt my feelings.
So she said she found out the salary that Whoopi Goldberg makes from The View, and it hurt her feelings.
That you've been there for 10 years and you accept them paying you that, and you telling me, don't worry about the little one coming up. God damn if I ain't gotta be worried about you too. Because you accept that salary, it makes it hard. Because see, Whoopi Goldberg told me the salary she makes from The View, and that hurt my feelings. That you've been there for 10 years and you accept them paying you that, and you telling me, don't worry about the little one coming up. God damn if I ain't gotta be worried about you too. Because you accept that salary, it makes it hard.
Just go. What you think?
Okay, so it
First
seems
off, do you
that
think she's sincere, or what do you think?
yes and no.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that she's more sincere about what she's not making, and she feels that Whoopi Goldberg being such a figure, like a popular figure, that she should be making more than that. And that the fact that the salary that she's getting, she feels that it's chump change for a iconic Whoopi Goldberg is the reason that it's going to trickle down and affect anybody else that's in that industry that are similar to these women, Black women. And she feels that you didn't ask enough, and that's why we will have a harder time reaching that level. But for me, I feel that it's more of you putting a blame on Whoopi Goldberg. Like, if obviously she's content, you know what I'm saying? She's happy. She's able to provide for herself. Was able to provide to her daughter. Her daughter's a grown woman now. I think she's married. You know what I'm saying? But she's good. That's not her role to have to, I guess, break ceilings, glass ceilings, because you can't break glass ceilings. So now you want to use an icon to break glass ceilings for you. She's chilling. If you really think that that's something that needs to be an uproar, then you go out and make the uproar. But we've seen what happened when you made the uproar before. You didn't get that. You didn't get the type of response that you wanted to get. Even when that whole situation happened with Viola Davis. What's her name? The female actress. What's her name? JP Henderson or something like that.
Are you talking about Taraji P?
Taraji, thank you. Yeah. Taraji P. Henderson. When she came out and she was talking about what she was getting paid. So people have been, coming out and saying, hey, we're not getting paid as other individuals for the same project. This seems to be something that's always happening. It was buzz for a moment, but it was no real movement to that situation. I don't think that she should leave that to Whoopi Goldberg's feet. And that's what it seemed like. It seemed like she's putting it on Whoopi Goldberg to demand more, so that would make a way for them to get more.
Okay, let's well, I'm gonna say this. What I'm gonna say, I think that there is an element of Monique trying to highlight Whoopi Goldberg's salary to throw it back in her face, because I do remember when Monique went on the show and Whoopi Goldberg was saying basically, like, you just have to dance and play the game and take what you can get in the beginning in order to possibly move up in the future or whatever. And so when Monique found out Whoopi Goldberg's salary, I think she used that as an opportunity to throw it back in Whoopi Goldberg's face and saying, hey, man, listen, you an Oscar winner. Isn't Whoopi an Oscar winner or something like that? I think she is. or a Golden Globe or
Yes,
something like
yes,
that.
she is. I think she's a Golden Globe, and
Yeah,
that was off of the movie Ghost with
Ghost.
Demi
Okay,
Moore and Patrick Swayze.
yeah, and the thing with Monique is, man, it's hard to believe Monique
Mm-hmm.
because it's almost like, from her history, her recent history, and how she be talking, she be sounding like she's almost like a black woman or a black civil rights activist, the way she talks sometimes. And I understand her plight, where she feels like black people should be treated better in the industry. I get it. But her own, what we just seen her crying tears for Whoopi Goldberg, I don't believe that. I don't believe those tears at
Yeah,
all. I think they're crocodile tears. That's what I
it
think.
didn't. Like I said, it really didn't come off as genuine as I would like it to come off. And let's just be perfectly clear: even though Whoopi Goldberg probably might have taken a paycheck by being on The View,
Yeah,
this woman have done movies. This woman was a stand-up comedian before she even did movies. She's an icon. If she's still getting royalties off of Cinderella with Whitney Houston and Brandy, she's still getting royalties off of Ghost. She's still getting royalties off their Sister Act 1 and Sister Act 2 and
hmm,
Jumpin' Flash, the other movies that she has. She has a whole bunch of movies. And
yeah,
like I said, if she wants to, in her golden years just play cool being on The View, and just having commentary, then that's fine. That's what
yeah,
she has to do. Not everybody has to go out there and be this warrior to, this justice warrior. Not everybody wants to play that role. And I think another, I guess, jab that she was taking, because if Whoopi Goldberg can be so political on The View and act like she's some justice warrior on The View, she said, then
right.
why are you not making that same attempt and in helping other fellow black female actresses in the industry?
Yeah. And shout out to Jones and Famora. She's absolutely right. She's an ego. What is that? An Emmy, Golden
Yeah.
Globe, Oscar, and what's the T? I forgot the T. Is it a Tommy Award?
Tommy Award, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So Whoopi Goldberg has she's very established, and yeah, I can understand if she is getting lowballed, which I don't know exactly what her salary is. Maybe I'll look it up later on in the show. But if she is getting lowballed, shame on the network. But also, I want to say this: we was talking about marriage. They was asked about marriage. She was like, if you don't marry well, you're gonna be working for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of women want to get married. I think women say marriages. Tony. I said Tommy. Miss Jalen, I'm sorry.
Tommy, I said
Yeah, I
Tommy
said
still.
Tommy.
And Tony Award. Yeah,
It's
there
a
you go.
Tony
Thank you, Miss
Award. Okay,
Jalen.
Tommy. That's the other. Okay, that might be the hood
The
award. The
other
Tommy.
one.
Yeah. But this is just my opinion. I think 90% of women really do want to get married. Even the ones that say, "Oh, it ain't that big of a deal. I don't gotta get married." I think most women want to get married. I think if a woman is talking to a dude and they've gotten to know each other and they've become attached, if that same guy actually proposes to you, I think that most women would be flattered. I think 90% of women would be flattered, because I think most women still look at marriage as an honor. What do you think about that?
No.
You
I
lying.
don't
You
think
lying.
No captivity.
I don't think most women is on getting married the
Miss
way how
Jalen, you can come up here if you want. I can put the link in the chat if you want. Now you just
I don't
gotta,
think so.
Okay.
Yeah, Miss Jalen, come on up here.
Yeah, you can come up if you want to, Miss Jalen. Just let me know if you want me to put the link in the chat. Go ahead. What? Okay, so you saying no? I don't believe you, but just tell me why. Go ahead.
Oh, she's not coming up. Oh, well, no, I don't think so. I don't think that it's viewed the same way anymore. Before it used to be a honor, Before it used to be something that was pushed for women to the epitome of their existence is to get married, have a great marriage, and some kids. That's not the case anymore. There's women have other aspirations. Do I believe that women still want love or companionship or a soulmate? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't really believe that it's in the framework of marriage the way how it used to be anymore. No.
First she said nope, then she said drop it. Okay.
I thought you wasn't coming up, Miss Jalen.
There you go. There you go, Miss Jalen. So you think that the trust factor is worse now in these days and time as far as a female and male dynamic and getting married? You think women are less trusting of men? Is that what it is?
Yes, women are more they don't trust men, and they have many reasons why they shouldn't trust men. Even with I would say the examples we have even women who are actually married coming out consistently and showing the things that are happening behind closed doors. I don't think
But
that
y'all
women,
still like Valentine's Day though. Y'all still love Valentine's Day. Y'all still
Well,
like
no.
romantic dinners.
Yeah, I mean, I guess women do still like romantic dinners. They still like nice things.
You still like flowers.
Yeah, they still like flowers. Yeah.
You know what you like more than all of that?
What?
A ring.
No Cap-tivity.
That
Most women can buy their own
hardware.
rings. Most women can buy their own rings now.
And
it's funny because a lot of women who are married now bought their own rings.
Wedding ring though. You know?
Yeah, the wedding ring. And his too.
Yeah, that ain't right. Shout out to Miss Jalen in the building. What's going on, Miss Jalen?
No Cap-tivity.
Oh my God, how do I do this?
Oh no, listen. I can just keep you in the back because on this program, you can't cut your camera off on this program. So they can just hear your voice. You can stay in the green room.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So you said lies, Miss Jalen, lies. Why did you say lies in the chat?
Because marriage is overrated.
Oh my God. Why y'all do this, man?
Because I mean, you have to understand it. I mean, oh man, I brought myself up here and put myself in here, right? Okay.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time.
No. Yeah, I don't. Nothing takes away from us if we don't get married, right? Because they don't make us a less of a person because we didn't get married. Because everybody runs off, let me get married, let me get married, let me get married. And it's for some people, and some people it isn't. It just isn't.
I actually agree with you. I don't believe
marriage is not for everyone.
Yeah, I don't believe in unmarried. I don't believe a woman not being married takes away from her essence. I don't believe that. I totally agree with you. But I do believe that the desire of possibly being married to a man that she loves and cherishes and has grown attached to and can live harmoniously with this man, I think that's still a thing with most women. You and MJ don't. Y'all think that most women have detached themselves. Wait, are y'all saying that most women have detached themselves from that idea? Or
no?
What are you saying?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say yes, unless they find it beneficial, and if they don't find it beneficial, then they're not with it. They're not on it.
What's beneficial?
Meaning as if they get what they feel that they were supposed to get out of the deal of being married. If they don't get it, then no, it's not beneficial to them.
What? Okay. See, I don't want to personalize this because I want to know, because what you just said could be subjective, right? It's subjective.
It
Different
is
women
subjective.
want different things, right?
Absolutely. Right. But the whole point is that if they get what they're seeking in the marriage, that is deemed beneficial. If they don't get it, then it's not benefit to be married.
And you don't think, and I'm gonna ask Miss Jalen the same question. I'm not gonna go detail for detail with you, but you don't think the things that you want in your mind, if you were to get married, you don't think that's probable in today's society with men today?
I mean, there's always a probability, but then there's always a risk that you don't get it either, right?
Okay. But you can know if you're gonna get it before you get married. That's why you have the courting stage and stuff, right?
You know, it's funny because some women
Mm-mm.
will get it in the courting stage, and as soon as they say "I do," they don't receive it anymore.
Damn, that's a whole nother story. Why you said Miss Jalen? Why you said that?
Because I think you can love someone regardless. You don't have to be married to them. There's some people. I'm sorry. If you hear somebody growling, it's the puppy. What I'm saying is that in 2025,
Yeah.
because remember I'm a lot older than both of you. In 2025, in all the years, I've seen relationships. Period. It has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Is more difficult. Engaging, talking, like communication is not the same. Everything is social media. Turn on your camera, texting. No one calls each other anymore. Dating, courting. It's not the same anymore. There's more variety. Like there's more choices. I want to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because how many men to a woman? Like six women to a man.
6 women to a man. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Then 6 women to a man. It's vice versa, right?
Nah, it can't be vice versa. It can only be one way, right?
Right. No, but I'm saying the ratio. Is it more women to men
It's
or
more.
more men?
I used to think so. If we're counting all races, I think it's almost 50-50 if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is.
I think women outnumber men by just a little margin or something like that.
Actually, according to Google, there is approximately 101 men for 100 women. So men is actually there's more men by one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When did that change? What the hell?
Yeah.
I know. I thought. Yeah. So it's a yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's what it says. The world sex ratio is around 101 males for every 100 females.
Yeah, I don't go off of that though. I don't go off of those numbers because it's all about quality and not quantity. So the number of quality people in the world is different, right?
Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about quality, then it's slim pickings. And if you leave it to both genders, they will say there's slim pickings on both sides.
Right. And so what I say is you have to put yourself in position to actually get a quality gender of the opposite sex or whatever. I think you have to actually put yourself in a position and it'll be more likely that you can get a person that you can live with and trust, and they'll have the qualities. Because let's just be honest, man, I mean, you're not going to get somebody who's going to check off perfectly all your boxes. That's just never going to happen, right? We all know that. We're grown. And I understand what Miss Jalen is saying. And shout out to Jalen. Speaking of Jalen, shout out to Jalen in the chat too. Shout out to you, Jalen. But I do think that it is a good thing when you can find a companionship, especially for a woman when she has somebody who's willing to protect her in times of, dear trouble. And we know, I see the look on your face, MJ. MJ is packing a 40 caliber and she probably got a damn AR-15
Don't be talking about my weapons.
Oh, well, okay. I'm just
don't be snitching.
Even with you, with all those, with your lines of protection, and you're trained, obviously, you're trained and all that kind of stuff. It still is flattering.
She got her guard
or Miss Jalen can't tell me it's not flattering for a man to say, no, MJ, get behind me. I got you. I love you.
Freezy, I'm not saying that a man cannot protect us. I'm not saying that.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that to you at all. I would never take that away from a man. No. What I'm saying is that it's not the same anymore. It is, you're like jumping through hoops. Trying to keep the person's attention.
Can you elaborate on that? I mean,
that's
from your point,
because like I said, they're engulfed by social media.
I feel what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, they're always in their phones. They're the dating apps. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Their goal is their attention more. They have, like I said, more variety. They don't want to be with women anymore. They want to be with women. They want to be with more than one. They're too busy playing the game. And I'm not saying just men, women too.
Yeah.
Women too. Everybody's playing a game. You understand? What's the name of that game? That you build up the families. What is that? Sims. Remember Sims?
Yeah, Sims.
Yeah. It is like that. It's the Sims. You dress up the girl, you dress up the guy, you build up a house, whatever. It's not real anymore. It's just fantasy. Everything is a game. Everything is a character. You're playing a skit. Everything is a skit.
Yeah.
Every single time you look at it. How do you take a skit for real?
Yeah. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, you want to tell me.
Okay. So when you're single, you really got to be hard on people that approach you. Like people that come into your life, you have to be hard on them, and the threshold has to be it has to be very large. The threshold has to be thick. It can't be a thin layer. It has to be a large layer threshold. So we really do have to put people through tests, right? We have to prove a friend. We have to prove a mate. We have to prove these people. And if they don't like it, sayonara. That's me. That's how I feel. I feel like, especially that's why they be calling me simp, over here, because especially women are, and when I say women are vulnerable, I don't mean in the sense of they can't protect themselves, but I just feel like women in general, a lot of men feel like they could do things to take advantage of women because they feel like in general, they're stronger, or they could take advantage of a woman's emotions. Men are not looked upon the same way when it comes to sexual, having sex. Men can have sex with a lot of women. And
no, they won't.
Well, I'm just saying they can have sex with a lot of women and not be judged for the most part on the same lines as a woman.
Right.
I truly believe more women are judged for numerous sexual partners than men. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying this is why I think that a lot of men are more freer when it comes to, trying to have sex with women and stuff like that. And a lot of women, it's not unheard of to hear a woman say, after a breakup or a relationship, or after her last relationship, it's not uncommon to hear a woman say she's been celibate for a year or 2 years or something like that.
6 years.
Right? 10 years.
6, 7.
6, 10. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've been celibate for 6 years, Miss Jalen?
That's not hard.
I've done it before, yeah. When I was in college. Yeah, I've done it.
6 years?
Yeah,
That's like
6 years, 10 years. That's not hard to do that.
I've done it.
where y'all was living? Where you was living on a desert? I'm just
No.
I'm just saying. God damn.
Listen.
Why is that hard?
It's not that hard. Listen.
Okay.
It's not that hard.
Okay.
No, you know what? I wanted to say something to you about the younger man and the older woman.
Right.
Why we cannot protect our boys the same way we protect our girls? Why can we not show our young boys to hold their virginity the same way we hold the young girls?
I agree. I think that has a lot to do with discipline, and most older men champion sex more than just holding yourself, and having sexual discipline. I think most men champion sex and they think it's more of a macho thing. So younger boys grow up under that tutelage feeling like, they're not doing anything wrong. They feel like it's a thing of merit when they're able to penetrate a female. You know what I'm saying? They think it's a notch under their belt.
Yeah.
And I think sex is less sacred nowadays to men than it is to women. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do see that it is becoming less sacred to women now as well. But that programming of it being less sacred for young men or men in general, that started from a very, very young age. If you're saying it is a will of passage and you're supposed to be out there sowing your royal oats, this is why men are willing to give themselves so freely to women. If you really wanted to, label men in the same level as how they will label a woman who has a lot of partners or had a lot of experience, men would literally be whores. They will be the biggest whores. You know what I'm saying? They will be the easiest person to lay down with. They will give it to anyone if we would actually hold them to that same standard. But because patriarchy is set up to flip that and make it seem like that's something good to do, it doesn't hit the same way.
Shout out to Fear No Mortals in the building. Thank you for being here, sis.
No Cap-tivity.
Do you agree with MJ, Miss Jalen?
Yep.
What do y'all think about the notion of, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard this. Well, Freezy, sex is not an issue with men, it's an issue with women. Women are the ones that's having all these babies from the same man, and that's like a talking point I've heard. Have y'all heard that?
Of course.
Yes, we have.
Okay, so what do you respond to when it comes to that? As far as like there's less men with children than women.
How can I really put it? I don't know. I don't know really. I really don't even know how to even think about that anymore, because like to me it's like, listen, the women are not getting pregnant by themselves. And if you want to say that it's just a very small amount of men that is pretty much impregnating all these women, and that is supposed to say something about their character or something like that, at this point, go ahead and say what the fuck you want. I mean, this is why a lot of women are saying, okay, well, if I'm going to be crucified for having children, if I'm going to be crucified for having sex with a man, if I'm going to be crucified for taking a chance with a man and then the relationship don't work, or I get played or whatever, now I didn't vet properly, if we're going to have to continue to go through that where I'm going to be crucified by dealing with you, this is why women don't want to deal with men anymore. You know, the most logical response to that is not to participate. You can't continue to tell people that they're fucking up and they can't fucking do this, and they don't have the knowledge or the mental capacity to make proper decisions, and then still tell them to go and stick yourself out there and give it a chance. No, it's just no. The logical response is, I'm not going to participate anymore. And this is why birth rates are down. This is why marriages are also going down too. That's what's going to happen.
So you're saying if men are going to continue to pass the buck, the logical thing to do is not to engage with men in that manner.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
So you can just prevent anything from being said.
I mean, nobody can call. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're telling women to close their legs and they close their legs, you can't say that they're out there with their legs open, letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry in it, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I
One
get
plus
that.
one equal two.
No, I get
You
that.
know?
What do you think about that? Do you feel the same way, Miss Jalen?
I just feel like you're damn if you do it and you're damn if you don't.
For real. I mean, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. You know, I was listening to something earlier, right? There was a lady talking, and she was saying like, you know, she was trying to say like, um, women, men marrying women to become beards. You know what that means, right? They just marry, but
Yeah,
they
they like men, but they're using a woman as a shield.
right, but um,
It's the
women do it
lavender marriages.
right, but you know, women do it as well because we had even though she had 5 kids, Meredith Baxter Burney had 5 children, and then she divorced her husband and because she wanted to be with a woman, and you have that a lot at also, you know what I mean? So the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that um is they're having children, their children are being born, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is they is their lifestyle, their choice of you know who they want to be, and does that make them you know single baby mother, you know, single mother, single parents as well? You know what I mean? Like them questioning their sexuality. You understand what I'm saying? Um, I'm trying not
I
to
do
say
see. Well, here's how I process that. I do see if a person is not sure about their sexuality and they get involved with somebody seriously, but they're still attracted to the same sex. This to me proves that no matter, even if if you claim you're bisexual, if you get involved with somebody, you should be serious about that person that's in front of you. You should be faithful. I don't think that the faithful dynamic should go out the window just because, oh, I like the same sex too, you know, so I just need the both worlds. I need the best of both worlds. I think that could be selfish, especially if you don't communicate that to your partner. Now, if you and your partner agree and say, and your partner agrees to allow you to, maybe you have an open marriage or open relationship. Okay, that's another thing. But if you're hiding it from your partner that you like the same sex and you feel the need to fulfill your lustful desires regardless that you're in a relationship, in an intimate relationship, I think that's selfish. I think that'll be selfish on the man's part or a woman's part, whoever is facilitating this whole thing. I just think it's selfish. I don't think being faithful to someone has a gender on it. I just think if you're going to be in a relationship with someone, you should be honest and you should be faithful. Right? Because we're talking about the trust factor. It's all about trust. Like MJ said it earlier, one of the biggest reasons why a lot of women aren't really looking to get married nowadays is because it's you know, they don't feel like there is a man, they don't feel like it's realistic that it's possible for a marriage to be secure to their liking and to their desire, you know. And I do think there is a man out there for MJ. I do think there's a man out there for Miss Jalen. And I do think there's a man out there for, see how MJ looks. That's what I'm saying. Like, there is a man out there for you.
You listen, Freezy, you know what? I want to say thank you. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
You're the first man that I've ever spoken to on this topic and have understood what I've said. What I'm trying to say to
Really? That's
yeah,
crazy.
you're the only person that ever answered that truly cold-hearted, not, oh my God, how can you? And I'm gonna say thank you, and I'm gonna tell you why. But I'm trying to tell everybody is before stepping into a relationship or whatever, however, be straight with the person. Be upfront.
Yeah.
Save yourself the headaches, right? And be upfront about it. If you're gonna do things, stay single. Why this goes for man and woman, because the women are just as bad, crazy. They just as bad. They they pull the person along. Because I tell my peoples all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I told my peoples all the time. Like they be like, oh, I said, no, you do it to yourself. Like, I'm straight up with my friends. I don't play that game with them. I'm straight up with them. I tell them, look, you knew what you were getting into. And the same thing, like my male friends. My best friend is a male, and well, shouts out to him. He's engaged now. But what I'm saying is that um, be straight up. Honesty is the best way to go. Be blunt about it. Don't lie about it, because if you say one lie is another lie is another lie, and all you're doing is living a lie. Just be straight up about it and say, listen,
Yeah.
you know what? I want to be with a man. Okay, bye. That don't bother me. Oh, I want to be with a woman. Okay, go be with a woman.
Especially if you have a desire to get married. Be straight up, man, because um we're
But
playing with
Freezy, marry what you want to marry.
okay, marry what you want to marry, but I was saying, what about in the case of somebody being bisexual? What about that, Miss Jalen?
Find someone like there's plenty of bisexual people that will want to be
Oh,
with
link
you.
up with another bisexual person.
Yes, 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 yes. Be with like-minded people like you. Don't go after the straight person, and then oh, I got rejected. No, there's plenty of people that are like, there's asexual. Well, they got binary and all this language that I can't keep up with. I'm man and woman, whatever. But at the same time, I'm open minded and say, if whatever makes you happy, I'm there for you. I'm not here to judge you. And that's the other problem. Everybody is ashamed and say, oh, no, live your life. Live your life. Just live your life, but just don't bring down people with you just because you want to cover up what you are or who you are. Just be who you are.
And I think that's important. Being who you are, telling the truth, being honest. I think that's at the base of why so many relationships dissolve and they don't work out. Because we're living in a society where people want to keep up an image. Everybody want to feel, it's an ego problem, it's a pride problem, and people care about their image. They want to be perceived a certain way. The beautiful thing about a pure, unadulterated, caring relationship is when your partner doesn't judge you. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like, I don't care if you got stretch marks. I don't care if you got a receding hairline. I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care if you ain't got no booty. I'm just saying, like, do you know, like, that is the one for you. The person that loves you for who you are. They love you, right? I think the biggest problem nowadays is that society is so superficial. Like, we care about things, like so many vain things, it doesn't even matter. And so many people get together in relationships under those what is it called? Those conditions. Yeah. And so when it comes, I do agree, most people don't need to get married, but if you do desire marriage, there's a right way to do it. The problem is most of these conversations that we've been witnessing, especially in the space that we come from, they don't know what the hell they talking about.
No captivity.
They don't know, Miss Jalen. The reason why you said, Freezy, I appreciate you, this is the first time, it's because most people aren't mature enough to have this conversation. And I'm not trying to big myself up. I'm just saying, like.
Well, we have our disagreements. Remember when we was talking about you were
But that's
saying
okay. We're going to disagree. We're not going to agree on everything,
we were laughing when you said about your wife, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Remember you didn't change? That was hilarious.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I think that it's a matter of patience and wisdom, and just undoing the conditioning that we've been in this society. And let's just be honest, our parents did a great job with screwing a lot of us up too. Not y'all parents, but I'm just saying. But because I'm just saying, there's a lot of parents that didn't do their due diligence when raising their kids. So there's so many factors in this conversation that we haven't even gotten to in these, for years. Like, that's why I don't participate in these conversations. They hate me when I say, man, I'm not team man. That whole manosphere shit, that shit was always weird to me. Because it was like, dudes want you to be team man. Like, this shit is a competition. Like, I'm not a part of no, I care about the kids. I care about community. I care about building, communities and stuff. I don't care about being on a team and, team man versus team woman and the team man winning and all that bullshit. I don't care about that, You know what I'm saying? I care about men and women respecting each other and possibly coming together in a powerful harmonial union, that, other people could actually learn from and look up to. And also, whether you have kids already or whether children come from that union, it'll just be a healthy environment. That's what I care about. Right. Most people don't even, most of these conversations don't even factor in the kids. Have y'all noticed that? They don't even factor in. Most of the time when kids get factored in, you know what it is? Don't get with no baby mama. Don't get with no woman with a child with kid. That's the most time I hear kids factored in a negative sense. That's when I knew I had to get the hell away from these conversations, man, because it's stupid. It's just stupid, Go ahead, MJ.
I mean, I understand the simple fact of factoring in the kids, but we cannot use children as a clutch to keep things together. No. Children is not
Yeah.
the children cannot be used as no clutch to keep things together, because we have seen when people who should have separated said that they were staying for the kids, and then either the mom get hurt, the father get hurt, somebody lose their life, there's domestic violence, arguing and hitting each other in front of the children. Children picks up warp type of understanding of what love looks like, what a actual relationship or a marriage is supposed to navigate, and it doesn't help. And it doesn't help at all. So we got to stop saying that we need to just hold on for the kids, use the kids as the clutch. If anything else, just do it for the kids. No, absolutely not. We have to admit that certain things need to have its time, and y'all have to find other means to do what's right and what's best for these kids.
Yeah. Well, depending on how bad the situation is, I agree with you. If you already have kids together, it is worth actually exhausting, what you could do to save it, possibly go to counseling but if it's unsalvageable, I get it. What I was referring to is a single person with a child, right? It's talked negatively in this space against a person especially a woman with a child that's single, that's not even in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't get with a baby, don't get with a baby mom. And I don't subscribe to that bullshit. Like to me, that's immature. That's very immature, because for one, we're prejudging people's situation and background, and not even knowing how, this person ended up in this, with this type of status or whatnot. We don't know. You could be passing up a very good woman, right? We could be
your soulmate.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of these conversations start sounding like the devil to me. That's why I just kind of like moonwalk away from him and separate myself from him, because I don't agree with a lot of that. I don't agree with a lot of that. Okay, just because you don't have kids, okay, you're free to make the decision of your choice, right? Everybody has their own autonomy. I get it. But just to label a woman with a child as like a beware sign or a no or something like that, just to blanket women like that, is very dangerous, negligent, and irresponsible. I believe that. I'm going to continue to believe that. And dudes that, it be dudes with kids too talking bad about quote unquote baby mamas. Baby daddies have the freedom to talk about baby mamas. I just never understood that. No, dude, you got a child too.
But like for some particular reason, that is not looked as baggage. It's funny how women is supposed to look at as a asset if a man comes with a child that you can quote unquote, I guess, merge into his family, right? With his seed from another woman. But if a woman has a child, that is, oh no, that's extra baggage. That's it's always something negative, as, oh, I got to deal with another man. I'm not going to be able to discipline his child. If the child's living under our roof, it's going to be complications. And I'm not saying that those things does not happen.
Facts.
But to just peg it as that's the situation for everyone. Like, people don't like you said, Freezy, labeling you being a single mother as in it was just you being a little hot ass and you let somebody that you didn't know get you pregnant. And that's what is like the trope behind that you was just a little fast ass, you was out here being a hoe, and you let someone get you pregnant and all that stuff like that. They don't take into consideration that when people can be married and their significant other died, that makes that person a single mother, right? That is a single mother now if your husband dies, right? The boyfriend dies. Some people just break up amicably, right? It just didn't work out. They tried everything, and it didn't work out.
Or the woman could have been faithful, but she was dealing with a very unfaithful, promiscuous man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even have to be extreme. It could be something like that. And me hearing her story, sitting across from a restaurant table, I could understand, right? But I do understand that it's everybody's choice. I'm not forcing men to get with women with children, and I'm not forcing women to get with men with children. I'm saying you will be foolish to just say, if you got kids, you're out. You're out. Because that's not how you make a choice in life. How you make a choice on who you're going to marry is what kind of character that person has, what's on the inside, right? And how they've carried, how they carry themselves and their values, their core values, and what they believe in. Because that woman with a child, you never know, she could be the type of supportive person that could be the key to your success. She could be like she could play a very big part in your success, versus you get with a woman without a child. She don't give a damn about your ass, and she's very entitled, and she feel like, listen, I ain't got to do shit. Which is it? Like I said, we try to make it seem like these situations are so cookie cutter, and they're not. These conversations can be so trivial to me and so immature.
Well, see, here's the thing, Ms. Freezy. Like, I think it's a blessing in disguise for me, because any person who wouldn't want to be with me because I'm a single mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want you in my life anyway. That type of mindset, I wouldn't want you. You're not worthy. You know what I'm saying? Because best believe, I might be a single mother, but I am not a single parent. I have a father for my son. I co-parent very well with my son. There is nothing that's not being handled between us as a parent when it comes down to my son. So if that was your, if that's your, your, I guess your deal breaker, bye-bye. like toodaloo. See you, good luck.
And then also, this is my last thing I'm gonna say before we react to the next video. If you are, especially a man or a woman, I'm gonna just add both genders, but I'm gonna put it more on the men, because I hear more men saying these things. If you are that person who's adamant or not about people not getting with a baby mama or a person with a child, you better make damn sure, if you do find you a woman without a child, that you're serious. If you do get her pregnant, that you're serious about actually creating a healthy household, because you were so adamant about men not getting with women with children. You better not make this woman a baby mama as well. You better not make her a single mom as well. Because now what you've done was perpetuated that same bullshit that you warned other men about. To me, that's
a big problem.
Yes, that's idiotic and that's negligent. And I don't champion that. Not champion, but I don't agree to that. I'm not finna go along just to get along with that. That's what I mean by I'm not team man, because I've seen a lot of cracks in these arguments and everything, and these talking points, and I can think for myself. I'm a free thinker,
No,
shout out to Jay. Which Jay? Is this Jalen or is this just Jay? Who is this?
I'll let you guess.
This is Jalen.
No Cap-tivity.
I know that voice from anywhere. What's going on, Jalen?
So you got the twin.
Jalen, before you talk, Jalen, was the conversation so good where you just had to hit the link?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Thank you. Make me feel good, Jalen. Make me feel good, okay?
It was MJ's voice, actually. I love her voice.
Oh, okay.
thank you.
What do you want to add to the conversation, Jalen?
I feel like when men have this conversation, they only bring up it being difficult when it's time to discipline the kid.
Mm-hmm.
They never talk about, well, how am I going to be able to spend time with this kid and get them to warm up to me? It's always discipline or, oh, another man's going to get it. It's never about getting the kid well adjusted to you because you're entering their domain. Essentially, this is their mom, this is their dad. You're essentially a stranger. And there's no focus on that.
So, do you think, what do you think, being that you said that and you presented that, do you have any type of reasoning why that is? Why they focus more on the discipline part than getting the kid adjusted to them?
I think they just want to they just want to quickly make it clear that everybody in the house said they're the man of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And they just want to be that dominant presence in the house, which if you're a dominant presence, that's just it's going to naturally happen to where everybody looks to you. It doesn't have to be forced. Even the kids, psychologically, they will look to you if you are that presence. But I don't know why there are men that feel like it has to be forced when I've seen plenty of people get together and their kids work out perfectly in the situation.
Yeah. Well, I think that that requires patience and communication. And for what I've seen on a lot of panels, a lot of men are lacking both.
No Cap-tivity.
But they lack both, even being with a childless woman. So it's
okay. So you kind of went further with my point. That's what I'm saying. So imagine how worse it would be if you add on a child. You know what I'm saying? Relationships require patience and healthy communication as it is. And I just seen the evidence that a lot of us are lacking that. And so we want things to be right, and we want it to be right now. We live in a society where we want things to be easy. And yeah, basically, that's how I feel about it. And I think that's why a lot of these arguments are presented. A lot of these talking points are presented the way they are, because we want things to be as easy as possible. And men feel as though women should afford it to be easy as possible for them, because that's a woman's position and that's her job, to make it easy for a man. What do y'all think about that?
Say what now?
I think a lot of men, the reason why they present these arguments and these talking points in these conversations is because they feel like coming into a relationship with a woman, it should be easy. A woman should make it easier for him, and to operate in that relationship. And so that's why that kind of goes to Jalen's point as far as why men they're not patient enough, or they don't want to take out the time to exude healthy communication. Even if a woman has a child, men don't want to have to go through all of that red tape. Men don't want to have to deal with all of that red tape. They feel like women should provide a easier situation for them. You know what I'm saying? Women should make it easier for them.
I think that's BS, because we see what happens to women when they make things easy for men.
What happens?
They get played with. They get jerked around, they get manipulated, they get coerced. No, The tool is that you gotta stress these fucking niggas out. That's just what it is. They have to
You
be
gotta
stressed
stress them
out.
out.
You gotta stress them out,
What?
and they have to be stressed out and invested. It has to be something that they feel like they have to, like, listen, if I don't act up, if I don't act right, I'm gonna lose out on something. That fear. They have to have that fear of they're gonna lose out on something if they don't get their act right. When you make shit easy for these dudes, they run all over you. Um we cannot trust men to do right
Mhm.
when they have the easy approach. We can't. We see it time and time again. You can't do it. No. No.
Do the rest of the ladies on the show agree with MJ? You have to stress a man out to actually get more positive results from a man.
They want relations, not relationships.
In what? Say it again, Miss Jalen.
They want relations, not relationships.
Oh,
They want wifey material. They want, they want to play house. They want to play marriage, but they don't want the responsibilities.
right. So do
They
you agree with
want to play.
MJ?
No, because all I gotta say is it's not that hard to. You want to act a fool? Go ahead. I ain't paying attention. I just keep it moving.
Okay. What
Yeah,
about you, Jalen?
I'm not gonna fight with them. I'm not gonna be. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna do whatever they want anyway.
Okay. So less stress for you. What about you, Jalen? Do you agree with what MJ said?
Yeah, because in a sense, you guys always want something to fix. Always. Like, it's weird how a lot of men are wired to just want to just always fix something, and just they're not emotionally inept to just sit and listen, or just sit and talk, or just sit and be. Like, they always need something to do. So if you're not giving him something to do, he's gonna find something to do, and it may not be you. Just saying.
Give him something to do, like what?
Whatever his strong suit is, you gotta make it seem like there's a problem so that he can fix it.
So I agree with that, right? I think that's different from stressing a man out,
Oh,
right?
that'll stress a man out.
It will. Why you say that?
If he got like a myriad of things to do, and then you add on top of it
Oh, okay.
that you need him to do something,
Yeah.
it'll stress him out.
I can understand that type of stress if it does stress a man out. But I don't agree with a woman just being difficult on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. But I do agree that just because a man wants something from a woman, it's like sex or possibly some money or something. I don't know if he's not working at the time. I don't know, but I do think that a woman should put her foot down and say, "No, I'm not doing that." You know, I'm
But
not
sex shouldn't be a priority either, and money either. There's more to a relationship than sex and money.
right. But we've heard in these relationships, if a woman is not putting out, it's a no go. He's out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, goodbye. Have a nice day.
Right. Well, I know that. I know that's your position, Miss Jalen,
Yeah,
and
no,
it's not a bad.
yeah, no.
But
You can go.
I do think that aside from sex, I do think a woman can be pleasant for a man and show a man, hey, this is what I offer. This is kind of woman I am. You know,
That shit don't work.
but I'm just hold on. Let me finish.
I
If we're together, if we're together
Um,
for the long run, this
Mhm.
is what you're going to get. This is the type of. I don't think a woman should allow any man to change the good qualities that she has.
mhm.
Right, of course, because it would always be a benefit for him, even though he doesn't provide anything for her. But you want her to continue to show and shower her good benefits with no I guess no guarantee, right?
No, that's when you cut him off. That's when I
Mm-hmm.
agree with Miss Jalen.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely you will cut him off, but the simple fact is, he still a person can still get to sample it, though, right?
Don't let him sample it.
No, don't exactly. Don't let him sample it.
Then
No.
how? Okay, wait a minute. All right. So again, if you're not letting him sample it, then what is
Oh,
the
wait, what do you
what is
mean by
the
sample
problem
it?
of the necessarily the stress?
What do you mean by sample it? Because we might be talking about two different things.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so if you're saying, let's say for example, a woman is dating someone, and in the process of dating that person, you know, she's not doing, I guess, girlfriend things because he didn't give her the commitment. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's saying no, hold off, chill, you know, things of that sort. So if that type of, and that's what I meant when I was talking about stress. I'm not talking about like run him ragged and, you know, like
Yeah.
whatever. I'm talking about like put in that, listen, you know, these are the steps that needs to happen to get to the other level that you said to me that we both want to get. So if we're in it, why are we not following it this type of way? If you can't, you know, deal with that, then okay, bye. See you later. That's the type of stress that I'm talking about. If you're not going to show up the way that you said you're trying to show up, then Saranara. But and the reason why I say that is because we have seen women who was like, okay, I'm not even going to put any whatever, I guess, standards or boundaries. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to wear my heart on a sleeve, and I'm going to just give, and hopefully if I give, he's going to reciprocate because I expect him of having good intentions and being of a person of value and all the stuff like that. And they ended up getting fucking cake in their face every single time. We cannot leave it upon them to do the right thing, because we see that men will cut freaking corners as much as they possibly can to do the bare minimum whatsoever.
Shout out to Big Bad Bull in the building, Pumps or Bumps, Miss K. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Khalil, Rosim. Shout out to everybody that just came in. True Bleed, thank y'all. Oh, Genesis, shout out to you. But this is what I was gonna say. That's why I think women, like, let's just say if you was my sister, my blood sister, MJ, you wouldn't have those issues. You wouldn't have, if Freezy was your brother, right? And you could call on me and consult with me, and even in your dating situations or whatever, I'm telling you, you will have less issues because
Freezy, I have 5 brothers. They're all older than me. And then on top of that, I am surrounded by men every day who are my brothers that I have conversation with me. And
they ain't
from all
Freezy
the
though.
things I have
Don't be
learned,
trying to downplay
But
Freezy.
what makes the
I'm not
difference with that?
downplaying you, Freezy. You can be a brother too.
You know about Freezy? Like, remember what I said earlier to you? You damn if you do and you damn. You just gotta live life, and you just gotta go accordingly. And the advice that we give to each other, and you know, it is just there's too many people that are broken. They're broken, and they just
But this is what I'm telling y'all. The number one thing on a man's list when he meets a woman, and I need y'all to listen to me. When a man approaches you, the number one thing that he's trying to crack is sex. I'm pretty sure y'all know this already.
Oh
yeah, of course, yeah. But not
huh?
everybody. Not we can't see it that way all the time. We got to give.
I mean, the goal is always sex. However, it's at different times. Meaning, someone wants sex for long term, others want sex for temporarily. Just for the heat of the moment, just some jump off shit. So, but at the end of the day, all of them want sex. But how they want that sex to show up in a woman is different, and
Right.
who that woman is.
What I'm saying is both parties have to, in order for a relationship to be successful and a marriage, both genders have to show a level of discipline. And I think when it comes to sex, women have more responsibility because this is why men are approaching women. Most men want to have sex, right? Unless he a little fruity, I don't know. He just want a girlfriend. But I'm just saying, most men want to have sex. So it's up to the woman to create those boundaries and say, hey, listen, I'm not looking for that type of relationship. I do think you're a nice dude. I'm fond of you. I'm attracted to you, but I don't want to have sex. Now, guess what? This is your opportunity to show him other things that you can offer. Like maybe, you can cook, or maybe you're a great listener. Maybe you're in the same field and you can give him some advice. You can show him you're supportive and all that kind of stuff. Maybe you can add peace to his life by, just talking soft to him or something like that, right? Or
why is it always about adding peace to his life? Why is he not adding peace to these women's life? What are these men doing to these women?
But you just gotta let me finish. Once a woman do that, it's going to motivate a man to value you more. And
absolutely not. We ain't gonna play that one right here. Hell fucking no. Because you just literally just said a whole setup. How many women have started and put their self first, and they literally get clowned for putting their self first and not requesting something back? It's your fault that you didn't ask this. It's your fault you didn't do that. Oh, you didn't vet it more. Oh, you didn't ask for nothing.
I love that the
labeled
most.
yourself as cheap
They
or
limit
whatever.
the conversation. Yeah,
we see
but you
it
didn't
now
ask
all
me.
the time. No, absolutely not.
Wait, what do you mean by what do you mean by when a man says it's your fault? About what?
No, when a man end up like a woman putting herself best foot forward, being that supportive and all that stuff like that, and then that man don't have good intentions and he use it because you just gave it to him without actually making him work for you to do that. The first thing that comes back is you tell the fucking victim it was her fucking fault because she didn't ask for anything in the beginning. So we're not going to.
This is what I'm asking you.
Doing that.
This is what I'm asking you. Gave what to him? Because you gave what to him?
I said time, energy, whether if it's resources, support, things that he's looking for, the qualifications that he's looking for in a mate. You give it to him up front, and you're expecting him to reciprocate and hold his part. A lot of men don't. They end up taking it because it's been given to them. And the first thing they'll say afterwards when they don't reciprocate is, you did not ask for it up front. You didn't make me, you gave me your stuff without me requiring me to do anything. And then you label that woman cheap for doing it. So we're not going to continue to tell women to keep on doing that under the disguise of men being decent and honest fucking human beings. And this is not just only a men thing. I'm talking about women too. This is just a people thing. The whole point of you having a conversation of quote unquote vetting is because inherently people are going to do what benefits them. And if they can do it without the least amount of effort or bare minimum, they will do that. Right.
So, and Jalen, I want you to get in on the conversation too. So let me paint a better picture, right? So I was saying you don't have to give yourself sexually to a man that you're getting to know and all that kind of stuff, right? You should present yourself. You should present other qualities to this man to communicate to him, hey, this is the type of woman you are. I'm not saying go out your way for a man, especially if you're not married to him or anything like that. I'm not saying go out your way and make special time for him unless you want to, right? What I'm saying is the biggest complaint from women, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, the biggest complaint from women is that men have done them dirty after they've gotten the draws. Like after the man has gotten the draws, now he feels like, he can, he doesn't have to hold himself to any type of conduct with this woman, right? Or respect factor or whatnot. What I'm saying is, this is what I tell women. This is what I tell my sisters. I say, listen, at the very least, or not, I don't want to say the very least, but don't give yourself sexually to a man too fast, because now what you're opening more doors to find out what this man is really about. If he's going to, there's a lot that can come from a woman not offering herself sexually to a man. Now you're going to see how patient he is. Now you're going to see how he handles you in a non-sexual relationship. To me, as a, coming from a man, that's going to look totally different than if you gave him the expectation of sex early on. It's going to look different if you don't have sex with him. Now you're seeing if he's going to be more patient with you. Now you're going to see if he's going to stick around. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to see if he's still going to be patient with you and talk to you a certain way. If he's going to offer healthy communication to you and he's going to add to your life and all of that kind of stuff. And if he doesn't stick around, if you feel like, okay, the little time that y'all invested with each other, it didn't work out, guess what you still can say? I never gave him sex. Now, let me ask Jalen, can you see it from that viewpoint, or do you still do you kind of still see it more so from MJ's viewpoint, Jalen? Jalen, not Miss Jalen, but Jalen.
Oh, me. I can see it from that viewpoint. However, if you're dealing with men who aren't really holding themselves to like something, a purpose bigger than themselves, you won't necessarily see that. Like, sex will always come up at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could show the best traits of yourself, the best qualities. At the end of the day, it won't matter. If you're dealing with just a regular man, it won't matter.
If you're dealing with a regular man, it won't matter, even if sex is not in the picture, right? If sex is not in the picture, isn't that almost the same thing as if you just know a dude and y'all friends on some, what's that movie name? What's the name of that movie?
Which one?
With Tay Diggs and
Oh,
Sanaa
you talking
Lathan.
about
Love Jones?
No, not Love Jones.
Was it Brown Sugar?
Brown Sugar. Yep.
Oh, gotcha.
See how
Brown
they were just
Sugar.
cool? They were just cool.
With Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah, they were cool. They was cool.
Yeah, but here's the thing, what you're leaving out with that. They were friends since childhood. So there's already a relationship that has been established that had nothing to do with sex from childhood. That man liked her personality, period. Then when it went into an emotional place, it just grew from that. But he already liked her as a person. That's why she was his best friend.
Okay.
So the thing about it is,
Uh-huh.
a lot of these relationships, you can like someone sexually, you can like them by their attractiveness, you can like them by their proudness, you can even like them by their social status in the world. But do you actually like the person as a person, that you're going to kick it with them, or you're going to want to hang out with them and talk with them when it has nothing to do with sex? Most of the time, that is not the setup that's happening. That's why these people can have sex. And you have already stated that men and women look at sex differently. So if you can have sex with everything, you don't really put sex and you liking the person in the same category. So that's why y'all able to separate it. So it has to do with the person liking that individual.
So let me ask all the women on the show. Y'all can't, if sex is not involved, y'all can't tell if a man genuinely likes your personality. Like you said on Brown Sugar, he, he genuinely liked it, her personality. Y'all can't tell when a man is genuinely into you. You can't tell.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
So if you can tell and sex is not involved, there's a way that you can kind of see somewhat of a trajectory, with this relationship. You can kind of see it. You can tell when a man is on bullshit. Like, okay, this is like when
You can't tell when they're on bullshit. That's not true.
no, well, I'm just saying there are signs, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
he only calls you after hours, or it takes he might takes a few days to call you. He might be lazy to call you, or you're calling him, and quite frequently you're going to voicemail a lot, and then you could tell when he's making an excuse on why he didn't answer the phone. You can tell.
So he's testing you. He's
I,
testing you.
I disagree.
I
How
mean,
you
I don't.
disagree with?
It can be different reasons why that person's doing that, right? And you know that, Freezy. He can
Mm-hmm.
be leaving that woman on read because he's entertaining somebody else, or he can be
Yeah.
leaving that woman on. He can be leaving that woman on read because he's testing. He's testing to see how much she actually likes him. That's a sense of his insecurity to see is she
Yeah.
really down for him, right? Didn't I think somebody said, I'm not sure who it was. Somebody said in the beginning that you had. I think it was you, Freezy. You said that tests need to be run to see if that person's real. So that can be a part of one of those tests that those things are
Yeah, that's
happening.
that's a childish test though. I wasn't talking
It
about
is
sex.
a childish. I didn't say that it wasn't childish, but those are certain things that people do. And I'm not saying that that's right. I believe if somebody is leaving you on read like that, you keep their motherfucking ass on read.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. If they want to
Yeah.
test you like that, let them, pass the
That
test by
that's
themselves.
that's childish, and the reason why it's important to evaluate these situations um is because if you are willing to, take it a step further with somebody, it could possibly lead into something more serious. So now you're subject to actually falling for this guy because you're human. Women are human, men are human. People a lot of times they can't help, it's especially the time that's invested in relationships or communication factors and all that kind of stuff. A lot of times you don't know the exact point when you actually fall for somebody and you just really want to talk to that person, and you've become dependent on this person's company or communication. We don't
But
we
then,
don't know
but
when
then that
you
would be
don't
a
know the
problem,
exact
though,
we
right?
never know the exact moment when we break that fresh threshold with somebody. That's why we can't play with people. That's why we can't play with people. We can't allow people to just say sweet nothings to us. We can't, you
No,
know?
I totally agree. I absolutely agree. But then also that would be a problem too, right? Because
Mhm.
if it gets to the point where you become so codependent that you have to hear this person all the time, or you can't leave, where instances where this person could actually be busy, could actually be doing something,
Yeah.
and that will be lead to an argument, then that becomes a little toxic, right? I
Mhm.
think they have they call it anxious. I think that's what it's called, like an
Anxious
anxious
attachment.
kind of. Yeah, exactly.
What is it
So
called again, Jalen? What is it called?
Anxious attachment.
yeah,
Oh.
there you go. Thank you, Miss Jalen. Yes,
Hmm.
anxious attachment, right? But
Mhm.
then what you was just speaking of on the other side of the person leaving you read, or actually
Mhm.
kind of like detaching themselves, that's the avoidant. That's their way how they navigate, because they're insecure. They have insecurities. They're thinking in the back of the head that this person might not be real for me. This person might have somebody else. So they try to keep a level of distance so
Mhm.
they won't get close and attached. But then they still want your attention too.
Yeah.
So
To me
they
that
kind of like breadcrumb. That's what that whole leave you on read for like 5 hours and then hit you back. Hey, give you a sorry ass excuse.
that that's
That's
that's when a
that
woman
breadcrumb.
That's when a woman should know. Oh, he playing childish games. You know, you'll know
Yeah.
you'll know when a man is busy for good reason. You know, because you know his background. He's been very transparent with you. He's possibly showed you, you know, what he actually does for a living. You know what I'm saying? He's transparent. A man of good faith with you, he's not gonna, you know, hide stuff and be all incognito, and um he's not gonna be a mystery man. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
agree. Absolutely. I do agree with that.
Right. Right.
You would know what he's about. He will
Yeah.
be very upfront about what he's about and being serious.
Mm-hmm.
However, like I said, in certain situations is not always guaranteed, because some men can literally start off being very consistent, showing you all the things that let you know that they're in it to win it with you, they're in it to grow with you. And in that process, something you might have done or they might have seen something in you that kind
Mm-hmm.
of like now change where they're no longer interested in you. And then you start feeling the detachment, like the calls don't come frequently anymore. You start getting egged, they're always busy. You start to feel the pull away. So those situation does happen too. And I would say in that situation, that's when you learn more about a person and you realize that person's not your person.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're just trying to like kind of like easily like separate and figure whether or not this person's going to get the drift. But if you're dealing with someone who has the anxious attachment personality when it comes down to relationship, all of that, it doesn't look like they're just saying, hey, this is not necessarily working out. Obviously, we tried it out. You're not really my person, but there's no like really no shade to you. It just didn't work out. That person is gonna take it as rejection, betrayal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much you lied to them, you manipulated them, you made them believe that you liked them and stuff like that. That's where we get those type of situations that you hear,
Yeah. That's why
because
I
it's not
said it's
it's no communication.
that's why I think it's easier when sex is not involved. What do you think about it, Miss Jalen? I'm gonna get Miss Jalen's point of view and Jalen, and then we're gonna react to the last video, and we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. Miss Jalen, what do you think? Do you have anything to say about this? What we talking about
Well,
now? One last thing.
all I have to say is men and women love differently and they hurt differently. And like I said earlier, just be honest, be straight up front from the
Mm-hmm.
very beginning, and save yourself the headaches. But you know, people hold out to, um, they like you said earlier, right? Um, you gave it up so quickly, but men will wait. They will wait a
Yeah.
long time. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They
They'll
will wait
wait,
a
or they'll
long.
wait.
They'll wait years.
Well, I'm saying they'll wait, possibly because they're having sex with somebody else. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course, no, I got that part.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree with you. I'm not saying no,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, but if a woman distance herself or a man distance himself, let them be. Go live your life. Don't be sitting around waiting either. Make yourself
Absolutely.
unavailable the same way. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Make it,
Facts.
you go live life. Go touch grass.
100%.
Um. Thank you, Miss Jalen. What do you want to say before I play this video, Jalen?
Um, this is gonna be cheesy as hell.
Go
Can I
ahead, get
curse?
cheesy. Go
I'm
ahead
so
and get.
sorry.
It's
I
okay.
could curse. I cuss like a sailor.
You do? I can't even
Yeah.
picture that.
I don't know why people say that. Be with somebody who you could be yourself with up front. Like, there's no reason to play game. Like, it's so annoying to hear people, like even MJ, to know that men at their big age is still playing that text bullshit game. Like, just
Oh
be
yeah.
with somebody who gonna let you just be yourself. Show the weird shit up front. Stop trying to be scared. As long as it's not like weird, like you and the y'all know what type of weird I'm talking about. Like, just just be yourself. It's fine. Stop being scared.
Yeah, they can't help
The
themselves.
worst thing they could do is say no. You're weird. Oh well. Yeah, bye.
I don't think that's
You
cheesy
will
at all.
avoid a lot of shit. Just being your fucking self. Stop
Let it out.
lying. Stop lying
Let
to
it
men.
out.
Stop lying to women. Just stop lying. Please. I'm done.
Well, I mean, wise
That was
words
good.
from
That was
Jalen.
good.
Yeah, that was really good. I don't think that was cheesy at all.
No.
So we're gonna react to Draya Michelle. I'm gonna get y'all opinions on this. Draya Michelle and Jalen Green, they've been in a relationship, and if I'm not mistaken, I think she had a baby from him recently. I might be wrong. I don't know. I think she had. Did she have
I knew this was coming. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we're gonna react to Jalen Green. And we got so many Jalens. Is this a Jalen night or something? Jalen, we're gonna react to Jalen Green and
Isn't that man younger than me?
The Jalen's are channeling today. They're channeling the forces. They're coming out.
right.
Hold on. Ooh, he's 23. Ooh.
I bet you
Ooh,
what?
he's 23. No.
And how
I
old
bet
is she?
you both. I bet you
But
both Jalen's on here
but
right now are INFJ. Right?
I and
Yes,
what?
ladies. They know. They know.
Oh, okay. It's an inside thing. Okay.
I am, I believe, let me look at my profile again. I
Oh,
am
you're
an INTP.
ENFJ.
INTP.
Oh,
The
you talking
intellect.
about
Oh,
personality
okay.
types.
INTP. Okay.
oh,
Y'all
I
talking about
forgot what
personality
mine.
types.
And they taught me. I forgot what mine was. I have it in my computer. I
I
forgot.
think you are I think you're INFJ, Miss Jalen. I think so.
Okay, no, no. Oh yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. I know my personality type too. Now, while y'all
Okay,
playing,
now.
shout out to Venus. Venus put me on game. She told me to do the test, and that test takes forever. I just want to say
It
that.
sure do.
God damn.
MJ taught me mine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. See.
So let's look at this video um of Jalen Green and Draya Michelle, where they had a very contentious moment on their night out. Here we go. So right there, he said, I'll punch the shit out of you, bitch. And this is a recent post after that incident. So, quickly, do y'all think this is gonna last? If you would just have
So that's the same person that she was just fighting with, the commotion with?
yeah, that's the same guy that said I'll punch the shit out of you, bitch.
Okay, so that's the off bat, that whole relationship is toxic as hell. And I only see it burning down in flames later on, and probably somebody getting hurt. Whether if it's him getting arrested or somebody going to go put hands on him because he put hands on her, I just don't see anything good out of it. And I think sometimes people believe because they have such strong chemistry that that chemistry is going to, I guess, make the relationship endure or probably work itself out. It's not. It really is not going to help your relationship. So stop harping on the sexual chemistry that you might have with each other, how y'all feel good while you're around each other, when you have all your sex hormones flying around and stuff, and thinking that that's going to hold the weight of your relationship is not. Because for to go to that extreme where he's already calling her outside of her name, to be now kissing him in a club and acting like y'all so lovey-dovey, it's just it seems both of them are very toxic.
Jalen, what do you think about that chain of events that we just witnessed?
That's what happens when you get with somebody who's like could be your child. Honestly. Like I don't know what you could have in common with a 23-year-old at 40. To me that's weird. To me, that's weird on either end.
Why do
That's
you think she put herself in position, or why do you think she was drawn to him?
He's a basketball player.
The money.
Okay.
That's what she's used to. She's used to dating and being with athletes. That's her thing. So it makes sense why she ended up with an athlete. It does not make sense why she ended up with a child. Like 23. Like obviously he's not a child, but I mean, damn, he almost just graduated high school like 4 years ago. To me, that's kind of weird. I would always be thinking about that, and I couldn't be with somebody if I was 40 who was 23. So it looks like they're just in a mommy son weird dynamic. It because I don't know why else you would want to run up on. Why would you run up on him in public and try to like fight him? What? Unless you felt like you could be disrespectful in that way. I don't know. I just they're not gonna be together too long.
What do you think, Miss Jalen, about what we just saw?
That's her meal ticket. How much younger is her son? Her son ain't that much younger. She should be ashamed of
I
herself.
think they might be the same age.
Yeah, I think they're the same age.
She should be ashamed of herself. She's disgusting. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. She's disgusting. She gets no emotions from me. She's just plain disgusting. She should be ashamed. Like, and then they want respect.
Super chat. Shout out to PJ for the $10 super cap. He said, the focus should be on character above all, but the discernment to assess the character of others starts with assessing your own character first. Y'all agree with PJ's comment?
I agree. I do. It always starts with self, because once you understand yourself more, then you can understand the things that you're looking in other people. See, most of the time when women, I would say women more now today than ever before, what women do when they look for a mate, they fall for a guy who shows inner traits that they already have in themselves. And then they put on this type of fantasy as thinking that this person is going to show up as they show up, right? So they're looking for someone that mirrors them, and that is not the person. This person has their whole own identity, even if you do have similar traits, you know what I'm saying, like your family people, you like children, whatever that sort. That's still a different person, and other things is going to be different to that person. So that's not necessarily taking that person exactly as he is. You're only taking that person as how you show up in the world, and that's what you identify with. So when you see the other side of him and you don't like it, then that's where a lot of the problems come in. It's really about accepting the person for who they actually are, not only how they show up to you and what you identify with yourself.
Yeah, I agree. And I want to say that, and shout out to you, PJ, for the $10 super cap. Also, shout out to King Rooster in the building, Ronald Powell, Kim, thank you for being here, and 907 Good Eats, thank y'all for being here. I just think that what we just witnessed, as far as with Draya Michelle and Jalen Green, I think this relationship is just it's a picture of modern day relationships and how people feel like it's okay to actually navigate through relationships nowadays in 2025. I think that people feel like as long as, you know, you love each other, that should be enough. And people should not judge the dynamics of relationships. People should not judge. You know, we've seen this in all facets of types of relationships. But I think it's a dangerous thing to say certain relationships shouldn't be judged. When I look at that relationship, Draya is damn near over 20 some years older than him. Like or probably 20 years older than him or something like that. And
wait, how old is he?
I think he's like 23.
And she's 40.
Okay, so it's like 17 years, 18 years or something.
17 years. Yeah, 17, 18 years. Yeah.
So she could be his mother, right? And so basically, when we heard him say, "I'll punch the shit out of you, bitch," I cringed because it's almost like you're telling a woman that's your elder, "I'll punch the shit out of you." Imagine if they wasn't in a relationship and, you know, they got into some type of contentiousness at a public place or something or outside. And that's just like this young boy telling this older woman, "I'll punch the shit out of you, bitch." But, you know, because they're having sex and they're intimate, you know, that dynamic goes out the window. And
you
I
know,
think
obviously that was not his first time of saying anything like that. You know, I wouldn't even put it past it. If he's saying "I punched the shit out of you, bitch," he would have said that to someone his age, just the same as someone who's elderly. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Well, we know he would say it to someone his age because that kind of adds to my point, because he's saying it to someone of Draya's age. The point that I'm trying to make is that this is what I was talking about earlier. A lot of times people get into relationships immaturely just because they feel like they've grown emotions for someone. Just because they feel like, because over time they've become attached to this person, you know, from having these cute conversations. And it's not enough. It's just not enough. Emotions is not enough. Getting into a serious relationship with someone because you feel like you've fallen in love is not enough. Marrying someone under those pretenses is not enough. This is what I've been saying the whole time, right? We gotta have stricter and more extensive qualifications when entering into serious relationships, especially if children are gonna come out of it. Because when we enter into relationships too loosely with like more loose qualifications, it's going to end up like MJ said. I don't believe this relationship is going to last either. I think it's, you know, it's on its way out. And
it's not mature because it's not going to work because he's toxic and immature. She's old, toxic, and immature. That's why
hit the wall.
Well, here's the thing. And y'all might disagree with me. I want y'all to comment on what I'm about to say, because it might be controversial.
This gonna be controversial, but I'm gonna say it.
Say it anyway.
I believe that Draya Michelle knows everything we're saying. I believe Draya Michelle knows that this relationship is not going to work out. And when it doesn't work out, it's going to be payday. She good either way. She already know this. See, she know the game. She's thinking just like you, MJ. She's thinking just like Jalen and Miss Jalen. Oh, I know this relationship ain't gonna work out. I'm just waiting for the expiration so I can go ahead and handle my business. What do y'all think? Is that too far-fetched or what?
Nope, you're absolutely right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, definitely we're talking about Draya, so I would definitely expect it of her. If she's wanted, like, you know, she was a whole part of that basketball wife things and stuff like that. It was all about her dealing with basketball players, becoming a wife to a basketball player, solidifying that type of title, those type of resources, and in the basketball situation. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past her that she knows that this is something that's not going to actually last. But at the end of the day, she has the clout of dating this or being with this guy, also having a kid by this guy. She knows that there is going to be security there on the basis of he's not going to want to be a deadbeat father. He's going to pay out or whatever the case may be. So she's going to be able to also write a book afterwards that most of these basketball ladies do anyway. So a tell-all book. It is what it is. It's a win-win for her at the end of the day.
What do you think, Jalen? Do you agree with me?
Yeah. She has 3 kids. One of them was with another athlete, a basketball player. I mean, it makes sense. I don't know what else she's doing. Like, does she have a business? Does she, like...
Yeah.
Like,
she got a business.
What's
Jalen
the other
Green.
woman that's with, that ended up with a younger dude? Brittany Renner.
Brittany Renner, yeah.
Same thing. This is how they solidify their income. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
See, this how you get the woman, see? With Smokey. Yeah.
You named him Smokey?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
How'd you bring it out the cute dog?
Now he made him bump his head. Poor Smokey.
Do you agree with me, Miss Jalen?
Of course, I agree with you. You know I was, but she robbed that kid from him enjoying his life. She made him a baby daddy because she's going to be a baby mother, and all for money. This is why when the men are talking about women like her, they absolutely.
Oh, y'all heard me?
No.
Oh, go ahead, Miss Jalen.
I said no. She robbed that young man of his youth. She made him a baby daddy because that's what's coming next, and she's gonna be a baby mother. She's 40. She got what support for another 18 years. She'll be what 58.
Ooh.
She'll be 18 in 8 when the kid. How old is the kid? She just had the kid, right? How old is the kid?
Yeah, probably 1.
I don't even think the kid is I don't think the kid a year old yet. I don't think.
That's a meal ticket until he's 18. If he goes to college, what 23? The same age as his father is.
She'll be in her 60s.
Should be 58. She's 40 now. 18 should be 58.
This is her retirement plan. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that is what they do, Freezy. That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
People don't want to talk about it. People want to paint it. Oh, she gorgeous. Oh, look at but you don't want to look at the reality, like how she ruined his life. I don't care what nobody says. I'll say it for you. She ruined his life. His life. He wears what? Black nail polish. Wasn't he the one that had the kid jumping on him? on the bed. There was a couple of them tossing him.
I don't know. I
Oh,
haven't seen that.
I gotta find the video for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, he's 23. I would bet he's gonna want more kids. She can't.
Exactly.
She's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be at some point too old to give him more kids, and if she does, she'll be putting her life at risk. Because the older you get as a woman, the more risky it is for you to carry a child full term and safely, you know, push the child out of you. So yeah, they're not gonna last that much longer. I don't think this is a. I don't think they're gonna get married or anything.
Like I said, we've seen situations where marriages where the guy was younger than the woman have worked, but these people are mature, and I don't necessarily believe they have that much of an age gap difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but really is these individuals right here. He's still immature and he's toxic. She's immature, still immature, and
Mm-hmm.
she's toxic. And that is one of the real reasons why this union is not going to work, because they really have immature ways about each other. And they're carrying on, still acting like they're teenagers when they're supposed to be adults, and now they're also parents. So that's what I would really peg the reason why this situation is not going to work. Is nothing that we can do. They're sexually attracted to each other. They had children. It is what it is. He is of legal age, whether we want to say that he's young, and we can also say that, yeah, you could say that she's a cougar being a predator. We could all say that. We see it on the other side with men doing it too. But at the end of the day, it's more so about their mentality is so immature that they would not be able to make this work.
But wouldn't you expect like a 23-year-old to be immature?
We would hope. A lot of 23-year-olds are not mature. We see them still bumping their heads, and even when they get to 25, they're still bumping their heads. It's around, like, I'll say 27, 28. I have heard of 20-year-old, or the ones who's in their 20s, say, you know what, I need to get my shit together, and I want to get my shit together and be on the right path by 30. But 23, 22, they still feel like they're immortal. They still got that immortal type of ego, like nothing can affect them, nothing can hurt me. I'm on top of the world. I wake up out of my bed in the morning, and I don't have no aches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can still eat. I can eat whatever I want, pizza and stuff, and I'm not gaining any weight. Like, they still have that type of kind of mentality about them. And I just see it more in him than necessarily, because I'm not trying to say I haven't seen 23-year-old or 24-year-old men who are very, very, grown and mature for their age, and they're already setting up their future. I actually work with young men like that. So I know that is a possibility.
So I wouldn't fully go towards his life is ruined, but I will say his earning potential, if they separate, will definitely, well, not earning potential, but the amount of liquid he'll have will diminish immensely. Because the more money he makes, I guarantee she gonna be at that court. He just signed a new contract. We need to reevaluate. Yep, more money per month.
I'm
Thank
just
you.
saying, when would they learn though? Like, then that you're crying. Let's do the flip side. Then, I'm on child support. You should have put a Jimmy on it. Like, stop it.
I fully agree. I don't think athletes. I don't think people in this life will ever learn. Like, ever,
I think it's the
ever.
parents.
Ever.
I think it has a lot to do with the parents, the
I
parental.
don't blame the parents. I disagree. That's not true.
Well, I'm saying, like, the parental guidance, especially if your son is entering into an arena like that where he's going to be getting a lot of attention, and it's we know he's going to have sex. What I mean by the parents is something as simple as sex education, strapping up, protecting your interests and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we got to stress that to our kids.
So
Listen,
feasible.
when I was younger, like I'm Generation X, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up, like we dealt with HIV and AIDS, and we were scared. Like strapping up was like we really like that was really we really stressed that. We used to walk around bragging, showing the little bulge of the condom in our wallet. We used to brag that we got condoms and stuff. It's not so much now. It's not condoms is not a big thing now. It's just people say they want to have raw sex. That's what they
They don't
want.
even have
It seems
they
like
don't even
babies
do
ain't a big deal
STDs.
either. Like these people are just haphazardly having babies. Granted, that's been a thing, but I mean like to the point where like a baby is more important before a marriage. That type of thing. Like that's way more important to have. Like that's way more serious to you, which it is, but I just don't know why you wouldn't want to be married before you conceive with someone.
I think that they're not even thinking that deeply about it. Most people aren't even thinking that deeply about it. I think just because of just because they're having sex, you know, a lot of oops babies come about. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I. What do you say, MJ?
I would say it's just like babies that were born in lust and babies that were born in love. I mean, like literally, a lot of us were born out of love in the bedroom,
Mm.
right? And it just sometimes
Out of
that's just what it
love or
is.
lust?
I would say more lust than
Okay.
love, but there was some love there from here and there sometimes. There's sprinkle around a little bit. But
Right.
we have a lot. We have a whole generation that was built on that. That, I connect with you sexually, whatever not, and that's just that's our little love child. That's what we used to call them, right? Little love childs, right? The thing about it is back then the reason why I think it happened more is because even when people wasn't legally married, they were still operating as a family. They were still everybody know everybody. Everybody was watching everybody else's kid. Everybody knew that Brittany was with John. That's her old lady. That's his old lady. That's her old man. You know what I'm saying? And it was still somewhat of a family dynamic, even though they were legally weren't together. I know for a fact that there was people that I grew up with that was fans of my family who I thought these people was legally married, but no, they was literally, if you want to be technical, boyfriend girlfriend for over 25, 30 years, and they lived with each other and had
Common
numerous
law marriage. Common law.
yeah that situation. So I think that we kind of romanticize marriage more so today than ever before. Like, I mean, I think we was at a period between 1940s, 1950s, 1960s. It was like a big push for marriage, and we all know why. But after a while, if people was still having the family dynamic and people was still calling it community, even though that Brenda and Lauren had the same baby daddy, but their kids are family and they were all acting like family, it stopped for a while being pushed because family dynamics was still occurring. Now we're so behind the ball. We're such at a detrimental state that marriage is literally being thrown in our face because of how far down the deep end we went.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with entertainment, the type of entertainment that's been pushed on us, the music and the culture changing, right? Because even back then the music was different. It was more soulful. People used to dress differently. It was just more of a traditional, mature type of,
I mean, but think about it, like you just said with the music. There were more love songs pushed back then. Like men were literally singing and crying on record. Baby, I love. Like you don't even hear that anymore.
His
literally.
brother's the biggest crybaby.
What? Hold on. What they used to do, MJ? What you said? What?
Cause I love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like you don't even see that anymore. Like ain't nobody serenading anybody anymore. You literally hearing drop down, bitch, give me diddy wop in the truck, in the car, in the
That's a
seat.
fact.
So
That's
like
a fact. Yeah.
so that's the, you know, it's completely different. It's completely different. Even though what they were doing, they were literally sexing each other and all that stuff back then, it still had the illusion that it was love and people was actually making babies. Now you really feel that people are just fucking. It's just sex. That's what's all that's literally being talked about. It's not families. It's not creating any connection, not creating family, is not creating a love or a deep bond. We fucking. And I'm gonna be fucking the next person the next morning with money. And I'm gonna be getting money and fucking. Like that's what it is. Like so it's completely different.
And that kind of goes to your point you made earlier as far as why you feel like just because of the way society is now, especially in the black community, why it is a more unsafer environment thinking you're going to get into like a real marriage or, you know, I think that kind of goes to your point you made earlier. Would you say so?
No, I do. I definitely agree. I mean, we hear so many people violating their marriage vows now. We see so many people getting married for the wrong reason. We see so many people getting married because they want the big wedding, you're right? Or they're getting married just because they want the status of saying I was able to get someone to marry me, right? So it's like you have so many different things that's happening with people getting married and violating the matrimony being sacred and what it's all about. I don't think a lot of people is viewing it the same way anymore.
I'm gonna get y'all final thoughts. Miss Jalen. Before you go, Miss Jalen, I'm gonna go to you, Miss Jalen. Jalen dropped off, but thank you, Jalen. If you hear us, thank you, Jalen, for coming up and contributing to the show. You were awesome. But before Miss Jalen goes, I want to say this. This conversation, it just proves that we can have a productive conversation and men and women can talk on a mature level and give mature insight without it having to be, you know, a teen man, teen woman type thing. We seen that whatever subject matter we covered tonight, we just actually gave transparent answers. It didn't have anything to do with whether it was a man or a woman. You guys seen even with Draya Michelle, starting with MJ and then Miss Jalen and Jalen, they just gave it to you blood raw, you know, pause. I'm just saying, like, and I love conversations like that. This is the type of environment we try to foster over here, you know. And I really appreciate you, MJ, too, for you know, always choosing to, you know, sit in with your boy, man. You know, I really appreciate that. And so yeah, I just wanted to say that because this, you know, this is how conversations are supposed to go between men and women. This is, you know, it's just real life conversations. Nobody's trying to prove anything. Everybody's giving their real feelings, whether people perceive it as negative or positive. It doesn't matter. Why? Because this is real life, and real life includes negatives and positives. That's just the way it is. Miss Jalen, let me get your final thoughts, Miss Jalen. Just whatever you want to say, Miss Jalen, as far as like what we've been talking about.
Well, first off, thank you for allowing me on your platform.
Most definitely.
And the awesome conversation. And I learned a lot. And I'm most of the time in the clouds.
Yeah, I appreciate you too.
Yeah, I'm here. We had different age ranges here, you know, speaking on different, you know, the same topic, but we all came to an understanding. We all think differently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had three women up here, three different ages, and we all think differently, right? Like I told you earlier, women love differently, men love differently. Women hurt differently, men hurt differently.
Mm-hmm.
And people just got to take their time to understand it. If they don't, they just run around angry.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Miss Jalen, thank you. And I mean, I know you're not gonna be a stranger, so and until I see you again, God bless you and your family.
Thank you.
Let me
Hi,
get your
Miss
final
Jalen.
thought. Let me get your final thoughts, MJ.
Oh, I say thank you so much for having me again, Freezy. I truly appreciate it. I'm glad I had still some energy in me because I came over here right after doing my live stream. But I truly appreciate you for allowing me to be a part of this topic. It was quite interesting. I'm glad that we had good discussions. And the commentary, and a shout out to Miss Jalen for actually coming up, and
Shout out
also
to Miss
Jalen for
Jalen.
coming up because she's such a very intellectual,
Yes, she is. Yeah.
outstanding young woman, and she has a great future going forward for her.
Yeah.
Absolutely, especially with her mindset. I like these conversations, and I love when we have them with, I guess, the right people in the right environment. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to necessarily agree on everything. And I, you know, sometimes I say goof troop things just to get you a little shivered out here. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
thank you for allowing me to be myself and give my truest opinions, even if people do not agree with them. That's something that you have to take with God. I don't have to deal with that.
Most
But I
definitely.
truly do definitely appreciate it. And as always, I will see you again, bro.
Okay, MJ, and make sure Big Bad Bull, now one of the mods, please put MJ's link in the chat to her channel, and make sure y'all subscribe to Conversations with MJ. Please subscribe, and once you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Like she just told y'all, she was just live before she came over here. So MJ out here working, and
Oh
thank you,
yeah.
sis. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Thanks for having me. Have a good night, everyone. Be safe.
Shout out to MJ, man.
No captivity.
Excellent conversation, man. Shout out to you. Love. It's all love, Jalen. And Jalen, listen, Jalen, I want to set it up to possibly where you, MJ, even Miss Jalen, where we actually can fully cam up and have, just, I mean, one day soon. I'm just praying. I'm trying to get more of a female presence over here too. And I'm handpicking the men. To come up so we can have a productive conversation. Right. But shout out to Jalen, man. Awesome. Miss Jalen, awesome. MJ, awesome. Y'all, we about to get up out of here. I'm about to go catch the fight too. I'm right along with I'm with my brother Big Bad Bull. I'm about to catch this fight too. But we got to do the benediction. Let me see. Here we go. Let's give the benediction. If anybody wants to support the show at the last, towards the end of this tonight's show, you can either send a super cap, aka super chat, or you can send a cash cap to $Freezy no cap. That's $Freezy no cap. Or a PayPal to No Captivity with Freeze. That's No Captivity with Freeze. I am going to check the PayPal as well. Miss Jalen said that will never happen. Oh, okay. It's okay, Miss Jalen. It's all right. You're still more than welcome to come up, Miss Jalen, whether you came up or not. I was just saying. But I know I've seen Jalen come up before. So thank you, 907. I appreciate you, 907. I appreciate you. Let's see. Okay, this is a good one right here. This is a good one right here. This is tonight's benediction, y'all. This is tonight's benediction. This scripture comes to us from Ephesians 4:29. And it says, let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths. Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouth. I need us to take this serious, right? But only such as is good for building up. So when we're communicating with one another, especially if you're in a committed relationship, you know your relationship is healthy when both of you guys are building one another up. You should be looking to build up your significant other, and your significant other should be looking to build you up as well with healthy communications. Communication that's going to build one another up. Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear.
No captivity.
It's very important, man. And it's a very important quality we all should look to in anybody we're thinking about taking serious. Right? Shout out to, let me make sure, PayPal. Okay, no PayPal, no Cash App. Okay. Shout out to PJ for his $10 super cap. Thank you, PJ. I appreciate you, bro.
No captivity.
Thank you for helping us keep the lights on, bro. Thank you for supporting the show. And also, shout out to Miss Jalen, who is the official sponsor of tonight's show.
No captivity.
The official sponsor of tonight's show with a total of $20. Thank you for your $20 super sticker, Miss Jalen. You already know, Miss Jalen, we have to celebrate you as you are the sponsor of tonight's show. Shout out to Living Humbly. I appreciate you, Living Humbly. He said, you watching The Fight Freezy? It's on Netflix. Yeah, I'm about to watch it now. I'm about to go watch it. Shout out to my brother J-Dub in the building. What's going on, J-Dub? Great to see you, J-Dub. We about to get up out of here. Shout out to everybody that came. Coach Ferg. Did I say what's up to you, Coach Ferg? Shout out to Coach Ferg in the building. I appreciate you, Coach Ferg. Yeah, but we about to get up out of here. But we're going to celebrate our sister, Miss Jalen, before we get up out of here. Shout out to you, Miss Jalen. Shout out to Miss Jalen.
No captivity.
Wonderful person, wonderful soul. And also, thank you, Miss Jalen, for coming up on the show. Once again, big shout out to Jalen and MJ as well. Shout out to the entire No Cap crew, all of the mods. Thank you for putting MJ's conversation with MJ's link in the chat, Big Bad Bull. I appreciate y'all. I will let y'all know if we're going live tomorrow or Sunday. And I just want y'all to remember this. Y'all know what I always say. To free yourself, you must heal yourself. And until the next time, We are out of here. Shout out to Bruce's Loose too. Love y'all, man.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, No Captivity, man. He's a good dude, man.
Can't y'all see it? Can't you feel it? Can't you feel it? Can't you feel it?
Unlock the future of branding while outpacing your competition. Dive into the digital realm, transforming raw footage into video epics. Our editors redefine storytelling. At Prime Your Logos, where pixels become portals. Prime Your Logos. Unleash the unseen. Your brand amplified. Visit us at Prime Your Logos on Instagram. Or call 704-792-6345. That's 704-792-6345. Prime your brand. Prime your logos, where artistry transcends reality.
No captivity. Freezy, freezy.